come down the greenhouse to check on the seeds. Things have been growing since sort of January. I've got bits and bobs potted up, but we get quite hard frosts here, so I haven't peaked too soon. The majority of the sowing started end of Feb and March. It's the 11th of March today, so I've got things like sweet peas, which I'm moving inside and outside. Got big cells full of them. These blank ones here I sowed yesterday, so I've just got like a sort of succession of sweet peas. I've got loads of trays of sweet peas. I did my sunflowers yesterday. Don't know whether it's too early for sunflowers, but they're in. It's just one more thing ticked off my list because it gets very overwhelming. So yeah, I'm just down here doing some more. I want to do some phlox today. What else have I got to put in today? Some marigolds for the cutting garden, and some Achillea Colorado, I think it's called. Really nice weddings, and they dry really well as well, and they hold their colour nicely, so I want to get a big load of those in the patch. I'll show you through some of the seeds I have done. There's no seedlings yet because I've only just sort of done these, but thought it might be handy if you do want to grow some seeds. These are sort of the ones that you can start in March. As I mentioned, I've already done a load of sweet peas and they've been overwintering, but I like to sort of succession grow, so I've got some later in the year. So I've started these. These are Jeff Hughes. They're like a really nice corally pink. Royal lavender, which is like a lilac-y lavender colour. Sunflowers, more sweet peas, sunflowers. Nasturtium, Tip Top Blush, which is a lovely salmon-y, it's almost peachy yellow. Just put a few in there because I had some left over. They're really nice for cutting, but also I eat the leaves in salads and stuff, which I love. I love nasturtiums in a salad. They just add a really nice peppery flavour to them, a little bit like rocket. We've got more sweet pea, Juliet, which is a really nice creamy, peachy, creamy white sort of colour. Hard to describe, but lovely. More royal lavenders. I've started to get my zinnias in. So we've got the super cactus senorita at the back, cornflower, white and purple. Red amaranthus. We've got some celosia pink. They're really nice for drying. A tray of cut and come again lettuce. Hollyhocks, geraniums. In here I've got some veg. I need to water this. Courgettes, Cavolo Nero, tomatoes have gone in. I've got some straw flowers, acrylinium, I think that's how you say it, I'm never too sure, and Helipterum. They're like a little paper daisy. This has got pink, like papery petals with a yellow centre. It's lovely, really delicate. And this one's white petals with a black centre. Some more straw flowers, white and purple red. Some nasturtium salmon babies at the back. They're so nice. It's such a nice colour. Drumstick scabious. Some thlasby, which is a lovely, like almost lime green foliage filler. Scabious raspberry swirls, which I adore. They're one of my favourites. And Orlea, which is a lovely white cottage garden sort of flower. I'll put pictures on the screen. And then we've got some sweet williams down here. I've started potting up my dahlias. I've only done one. Done one and got bored. I've ordered a load more dahlias off Farmer Gracie. They haven't been dispatched yet. And then I've got a load more in the garden which I've earthed up. I didn't dig up, so I might go through with you the ones that I have bought. I don't know whether anyone would be interested in that, but yeah, busy day. Disgusting out there, my god. Let's shut this door. I've just been up to the house to get my soaker. Oh, who'd be a glasses wearer in this weather? We have had such lovely days of sunshine. Oh, hang on, I've got hair in my eyes. We've had some lovely days and today it's just howling winds, and it's teeming down with rain, so yeah, not ideal. I've just been to town to pick up another grow tray because you can never have enough. And I have got a load, not like this, not this size, but they're all in my storage for the barn and stuff, so I will reuse this year after year. I know it's plastic, but it will last me a good few years, this. So I thought I'd go through my seed order with you. I've put it into sections so it's not so overwhelming, but yeah, I thought it'd be helpful. I get a lot of questions asking what should I sow, or I'm a first time grower, can you recommend the easiest things to grow? I've got a small plot, or I've got balcony. You can grow a lot of this in pots. I mean, obviously you're not going to grow hundreds and sell them that way, but if you just want to grow them for personal use, for cutting, to bring them in the house or to give to friends, you can grow a decent amount in pots. So I thought I would pick out my favourites from my seed haul and just talk you through them, and hopefully give you a little bit of inspiration for growing this year. So first ones I've picked out are Limonium, which is Statice. I grow Statice every single year for drying. I find it a really nice filler flower for a bouquet. You can use it fresh, you can dry it. Its full potential is dried and it holds its colour really well. So a few new ones I've added to my collection this year is a white Statice. I had white last year, but it didn't grow that well. So I'm trying it again this year. I've got Forever Happy, which, if I'm completely honest, I can't remember what colour it is. I think it's like a peachy pink, or it could be a blue. This is where my shopping addiction took over, and I was just like add to basket on all of them because I needed to get some stuff ordered. And then Pacific Mixed. I will pop pictures on the screen of all of these. Statice is a really easy one to grow. If you want to try your hand at drying flowers, or you just want something different to put in a vase in the house. The next one I would recommend as a first time grower, my battery's dying, is Cosmos. You can get so many colours in Cosmos, and I think they're absolutely beautiful. They don't dry very well. They are better as a fresh flower. They haven't got a huge vase life, but you usually get 3 to 4 days, 5 days maybe at a stretch of them looking really decent in a vase, as long as you change the water. I use them a lot for pressing as well. I don't dry them because I just haven't had much success with them, but as a fresh flower they are just lovely. So I've gone for Cosimo Colorette, Rosetta, Rubenza, Pop Socks White, Cupcakes White. This is one of my favourite. It forms like petals like you'd have as a paper cupcake case. Really, really nice. Apricot Lemonade. I've had this before, and she's a beauty. She's like pinky apricot with tinges of lemon around the outside. Just so nice. Double Click Snow Puff. How many white ones have I bought? And Veloute. I can't remember the colour of this one. Maybe red? Not sure. So Cosmos are a really, really good seed to start with. If you've never grown anything before, recommend Cosmos. After flowers for drying, then another obvious one, maybe not obvious to everyone, but when you look at a bouquet of dried flowers, it's generally got Helichrysum or strawflower in it. Helichrysum is its Latin name. This one is Scarlet. I've just picked up a bright red one. I've got all the other colours left over from last year, so I just needed a top up of this one. Perfect for Christmas in Scarlet. It's such a nice red colour. Helichrysum again are really easy flower to grow. Sprinkle them on a tray of damp seed compost and they will germinate very quickly. But sow them finely because they are so small and you don't want a whole tray of pricking out because it's just mind numbing. Another lovely one to sow as well is Nigella, which is, its Latin name is Nigella Damascena. I think that's how you say it. I'm not great with Latin, I'm going to admit now. I'm not just going to stand here and sound like a knob trying to pronounce all the Latin names because I just don't use them, if I'm honest. But yeah, Love in a Mist. This is stunning as a cut flower. For once the petals have fallen off, it dries into a seed pod, which I'm sure majority of people have seen before. I've got 2 packets of Persian Jewels Rose for some reason, I don't know why. And then I got Albion Black Pod, which I'm hoping this is a really deep purple seed pod head when it dries off. Really easy. Seeds are decent size as well, so you can see what you're sowing. Germinates quickly, and once it's planted it will self-seed itself, so it will sprinkle itself round the garden, and you will get them next year as well. Another favourite of mine, and I recommend this to anyone that asks me what shall I sow, it's a zinnia. I adore zinnias. They used to be the sort of flower you'd see in B&Q, and there was these big bright red, yellow sort of primary colour flowers, but over the last few years they've sort of cultivated new ranges in lovely peaches and pastel tones, which I can't get enough of. I still go for the bright colours because I think they are good for end of the season, as we go from sort of August to October, when you want a big pop of orange, or you want to dry it out and have them in Christmas wreaths or autumnal wreaths. So I still picked up the orange. This is the Lilliput orange. I'd say either go for the Lilliput or the Cinderella range. They're quite small, the heads are quite small, which is nice if you want to grow them in pots, but again you can get bigger ones. I get them, some of them are called I think it's Benares Giant or Benares Giant, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, but they create the big flower head, so it depends what sort of look you want to go for. But if you're growing in pots, Lilliput's lovely, and Cinderella's really nice as well because they're just that little bit smaller. Just had to change my camera battery, sorry about that. Where were we? The Cinderella range, I got peach zinnias. They are absolutely stunning. They do dry. It's taken me quite a long time to get the temperatures and the picking time right before they go into dry, so I might do a whole new video on zinnias, but yeah, I just love growing them. I also got Lilliput Salmon. I've got so many other zinnias, but if you want a whole sort of greenhouse tour or seed sowing tour, then do let me know. This year I've got a couple of weddings that require these, so I thought I'd better get them in, get them started. I've grown this in red before, and it's absolutely stunning. It's Amaranthus. You will know this as you see bouquets and it's long and it's sort of trailing. See it a lot in sort of PR dinners, events. Event florists use it quite a lot. It just adds such a nice, something a little bit different to a bouquet or a table arrangement, and you can play with the shape of it. So you can do this really well with the red one and the green one. I've got the green one here. Its other name is Lovelies Bleeding. So this is the green one, which I need to use in a wedding this year. So I'll pick that up. And then also a little bit different. This is more of a conical variety, so it's sort of a cone shape. And it's called Hot Biscuits. I think this will be lovely across my sort of August, September, October weddings, when people are leaning more into those earthy tones. It's sort of like a terracotta-y brown, as the name would suggest, biscuity colour. I love this and I can't wait to grow it. And then we're on to our final four. Congratulations if you've made it through this far. I think this was for my mum. She wanted to order this one. It's Hen and Chickens, which is a poppy. Really, really nice. I'll pop that on the screen. And then the last few I recommend for growing. You can grow these in pots as well, and that's grasses. I find they're so easy to grow and they're so effective in table displays, bouquets. They dry really well, as long as they're picked at the right time. If you're picking them and bits are falling off, then they've gone too far. They're no good for drying, so you need to get them as they're sort of springtime coming up and they've just put out that sort of show of flowers. I bought Ye Old Faithful, which is Panicum Sprinkles. I needed a top up of this. I love this in fresh bouquets. I love it in dry bouquets. It just takes on a really nice sort of sage green with hints of grey in it when it's dried. I couldn't be without that. Silver Queen, which I will pop on the screen because I can't remember what this looks like, but if it's a grass it's going to be lovely. I just feel like they add so much texture to a bouquet. And then my last seed is Craspedia, which is commonly known as billy buttons or drumsticks. They're like a little yellow ball on the top of a really straight stem. These are gorgeous for cut flowers, or they dry amazingly. They're used more in dried work, but yeah, I use those a lot, so I just needed a top up. So I hope that helped, going through a few of what I like to grow and what I find relatively easy to grow. and things that I think will grow really well in pots. If you are lacking room, or you can grow them on a huge scale, it depends what you're going for, but just know that you don't need loads of room to be able to grow really beautiful flowers. So yeah, I hope it helped some of you. I'm going to get my beastie, oh, pots are falling out of it, seed tray on the go. Fill these up with probably zinnias, because I need to get them in the house this weekend because it's meant to freeze. So they don't like the cold, they like to germinate in sort of 20 degrees, and they won't germinate left down here in the cold. So that is my job for the afternoon. I'm back in the car and doing a bouquet drop off. I've just made up a few bouquets to take to the cafe where I stock. I've got 3 dried ones and 2 fresh ones, just to see if they go over the weekend. Last weekend was Mother's Day and I completely sold out, which was amazing. Well, I think I had 2 dried bouquets left, but other than that I sold everything, which was brilliant. Thank the Lord for Mother's Day. So yeah, I've got so many hellebores in the garden at the moment. I thought I would do hellebore bouquets with a few tulips that I've picked as well, and a few carnations thrown in there because I do love a carnation. I know it's a garage forecourt flower, but I just love them. They just add a nice pop of colour. Some blossom. So awkward when somebody pulls up by the side. Wait for those ladies to go. Okay, they've gone. So yeah, I'll drop these off and see how they go. Hopefully it won't be a weekend where nobody wants flowers because of Mother's Day being last weekend, but we shall see. Amazing what you can get into. Amazing. Can't have it. This video seems so discombobulated. Is that a word? So nothing goes together, but I've just stopped off from dropping my flowers off at the cafe, and I've stopped off at my brother's because he's got loads of cardboard which needs shifting, and it's going to be perfect to make my no dig beds with. Out of breath, I've just loaded it all into the car. It's going to come in handy so I can get cracking with those. And I also sowed a load of sweet peas for him the other day along with other things, so I've come to check on those in his potting shed. There's no sign of anything yet. A little bit late to sow sweet peas. The best time really is end of the year, and then they can overwinter in the greenhouse or a cold frame. But to be fair, I was a little bit late getting mine in. He was a little bit late with his, so I've just come over, watered them, and thought I would kill 2 birds with 1 stone and get that done. I've got some just in pots, some in cell trays, some in recyclable pots. I don't love these because I feel like they draw all the moisture out of the plant, but they're okay for starting off with. And then I've just got a few panes of glass and covered them with just for a little bit of heat, but they don't get much sun in here, so fingers crossed I don't kill these for them. I've also had a bit of a tidy round as well. Cleared up this sink space and the workbenches, although they are still getting leaks along the roof line, so these have got to stay. But one day it should be a fully working potting shed. It's so nice here, and I'm very jealous of this potting shed because one day it's going to be lovely. I think he's putting this sink in here where this metal one is. I dare say I will be allowed to use it. I hope so, because I do come and help out occasionally. So we were thinking of racking it out and having it as another place for me to start my seeds, but we shall see. As you can see, there's stuff everywhere, so it might not happen this year. Right, I need to get in the car, go home, and I'll see you back there.